Yo, what is up everybody, RexEncholada here, and today I have an OU battle with the team that I recently made, and this battle is against my good friend Gumtree. His YouTube name is ISGTK, so I'll put that in the description if you want to check him out. So yeah, this team has, just to do a quick rundown, has Scarf, Mienshao, I want to say Shed Shell, Scizor, I'm pretty sure it's Shed Shell. I have Sheer Force, Life Orb, Needle Queen. I have Scouting, Stalling, Gliscor. I have Ferrothorn, you know, the normal spikes, and I'm pretty sure this one has a little more attack than normal, because I mean I like to be able to hit stuff. And then I have a Slowking, which is RU, but it takes hits so well, like especially defensive Slowking, nothing's touching it. It lives Draco Meteors easily from Dragon types. I mean, so it's not like they're not getting stabbed. It does like 50%. Like a Draco from a Hydreigon does about like 50%. So I mean, and then you just lack off and you're back to normal. And a Hydreigon special attack has fell. But anyway, let's just get into this battle. But first, looking at his team, I can see that he has a Volt Turning team, or what seems to be a Volt Turning team. So I'll have to see about that, because I have kind of a turning team. My Scizor and my Mienshao have U-turns. So I mean, yeah, we're just going to be switching a lot. So I decided to leave with my Scizor to get the slow U-turn off, you know, get that momentum right from the beginning. But he leaves with a Zapdos, and fearing a Heat Wave, I'm going to go out to my Slowking. But I guess he predicts this, or he just wants a U-turn of his own, and he goes for the U-turn on my Slowking and goes out to Rotom. Now, I know I'm a Slowking, so I'm a Water type, but I'm also Slowking, so I'm taking this Volt Switch like a monster. It only does 30%, so I'm just going to go for the Scald, hoping for him to bring out his Gliscor, and that's exactly what he does. I do get the crit. Did that matter? Probably. But you know what? I don't care. There's a lot of stuff. It's Pokemon. Hacks happens. Most of the time it happens to me. But anyway, he brings out his Lucario, and I know that these things tend to carry Crunch, so I'm going to go out to my Ferrothorn, or Ferrothorn, if you will. I'm going to go out to my Ferrothorn and take this Crunch, do more damage to him than he does to me, which is always good. And now, fearing the close combat, I'm going to double switch out, but he, I guess, is banded or something. So as I go out to my Gliscor, he goes out to his Mamo, which gives me a free Toxic Orb, but I'm in here against Mamo, and those things are strong and carry Ice Shard. So after I get my Toxic Orb, I'm going to go back to my Ferrothorn, but I guess he predicts this, and he decides that he wants to go for the Stealth Rocks, or maybe he predicts me to Protect, I don't know. But he just decides that he wants to go for his Rocks, and seeing as I have no Spinner, that's very good. Now here, I'm going to go for a Leech Seed just to get off some damage, because I know that since this Memo has Rocks, it's most likely Sash, just because it fits his team. So I'm going to get a Leech Seed off, and if he decides to switch, then that's good for me. So after I Leech Seed, I switch out to my Slowking, and he U-turns with the Zapdos, and he goes out to his Luke. Now again, I know that these Lukes tend to carry Crunch, but I think it's too obvious to switch out to Ferrothorn because I did that last time. So I think, oh, he's going to predict and go for the Superpower, so I'm going to stay in. But no, he doesn't. He just goes for the safe play. And so here I'm going to go to my Ferrothorn, and he's going to switch out to his Zapdos. And here I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock, expecting to die, but he doesn't go for the close combat, which leads me to believe that his Luke is banded. So here, predicting him to overpredict, I'm going to stay in and go for the Leech Seed off, and hopefully he'll bring in his Luke, but he doesn't. He brings in his Rotom Wash, which I don't know why, because Pharaoh walls Rotom to hell and back, but I mean, maybe he just wanted to get off that Volt Switch to get some momentum. But right now, Ferrothorn is doing good work to his team. So, knowing that he's going to go for the Volt Switch, I'm just going to, again, go for another Leech Seed as he brings back in his Zapdos, which is good because Leech Seed on Zapdos plus Rocks is going to be down to, it's going to be at a low amount of HP. Like, it's at 38%, which means it can't do much more Volt Turning shenanigans. So I'm going to go out to my Gliscor, knowing that I can take a Heat Wave with it because it's a Gliscor and it has pretty good defenses, or special defense anyway. And after Poison Heal and Leech Seed, I am at 69%, just looking good, 100% perfect. So he's going to switch out because I'm thinking that this is Scarfed, and maybe it's not, it just can't touch me. And I'm just going to go for the Ice Fang, just because to get some damage off on something, because this one, as you can see, does not carry Earthquake, it carries Ice Fang. And yeah, there really isn't a reason other than I want to hit other Gliscors, so I mean, yeah. So I go for the Protect, because at this point, I wasn't sure if it was Scarfed or not, so I figure if he switches out, I can get off some HP back with Poison Heal, and if he stays in, I can get some HP back with Poison Heal, so it doesn't really matter. So he does end up switching out to his Rotom, and as I already said, Ferrothorn walls Rotom, so I'm going to go out to that, and I'm just going to proceed to go for a Leech Seed, because he's going to Volt Switch, knowing that he is in an unfavorable matchup, so I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed. He brings out his Lucario, And again, this is not a favorable matchup for me. So this is why Volt turning is good. You know, you get that momentum. But anyway, I'm going to stay in because I really, even though Ferrothorn will make everything easier, I really don't need it. So if he does want to go for the close combat, he's going to take damage. And then I still have the lead seed up so I can get that nice momentum. So here I'm going to go for an Earth Power. Just go for the safe play. Even though he does have that Zapdos and that Rotom, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to go for the Earth Power. And he does bring in his Rotom like a good player would. And here I make a extremely stupid play. I stay in on a Hydro Pump. Now, I don't know why I stayed in at all. There was no reason for me to stay in. I had no reason staying in, but I did. So I mean, yeah, that's a thing. So here I'm going to go out to my Mienshao. And I'm just going to U-turn because just to get some damage off. And I'm going to U-turn out and I'm going to go to my Scizor, thinking that he would want to Volt Switch or just go for the Hydro, and I know I can live in Hydro. But he instead goes for the T-Wave. And this paralysis matters only on this next turn, because I know I can live a Hydro Pump, so I'm going to stay in and go for the U-turn. But I get paralyzed, so it looks like there's no U-turning for me, which means that my last resort thing to do is just go for a Bullet Punch before I die. So I do go for the Bullet Punch. It does pitiful damage, and he just Volt Switches out, which is good because it gives me switch priority. But at the same time, I lost my Scizor, and a lot of shenanigans could have ensued with that Scizor. Like, I could have destroyed this Mamoswine. But I do have Mienshao in his Scarf, so I'm just going to come in and Drain Punch because I don't want to risk missing High Jump Kick, and I would like to be back at full because he has Rock Style and his team has threats, and even though Mienshao is frail, there may be a chance that I might one day be able to live something at 1%, so I would always like to increase my chances of that. So now he brings in the Zapdos, and knowing this confirms to me that it is Scarf, so I know that he's going to probably want to go for the Scarf Volt Switch, but he instead goes for the T-Bolt, but since I bring in my Gliscor, I take that. It's like I absorb all that electricity, it does nothing. So here he brings out his Rotom, and I'm just going to go for the Ice Fang just to get off some damage because I didn't think it would switch, but I freeze it, and that freeze is very bad for me. So finally unthaws. And he does go for the Hydro Pump, and with my Gliscor, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for the sub, predicting the Hydro Pump miss. Because, I mean, I did get that fully para, so a little bit of justice is coming my way. And instead, he goes for the Pain Split. I'm like, okay, that gives me a free Toxic. So on this turn, I'm just going to throw out a Toxic on this Rotom Wash, and I do hit the Toxic, luckily. And at the same time, he dodges a Hydro Pump. Hitting Toxic dodging moves at the same damn time. Anyway. So now that he missed a Hydro Pump, I'm back at full, and I'm just gonna go for Protect just to let Toxic start to rack up. And after that, I'm just gonna start going for Ice Beams or Ice Fangs, because Ice Fang does 1 turn of poison damage, like 1 turn of normal poison damage, like when you're Toxic, it does the first turn. So I mean that's good. And here he misses another Hydro Pump. So my Gliscor is just too well trained, just dodging. It's an AcroBat, like literally it's an AcroBat. So here he switches out to his Zapdos, making a good play, resetting the Toxic counter so he can stay in. And because he did that, he bought himself like 4 more turns with his Rotom. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter because he has like 1 Hydro Pump left, so I'm going to Protect. And he does go for the Hydro Pump, so now he can't touch me with anything because the other moves are T-Wave, which won't work because I'm behind the sub and I'm a ground type, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch. So I'm in good condition. Now the only thing I have to do is just go for an Ice Fang and just let the Toxic do its thing. So I mean, Ice Fang doesn't really help, but at the same time it does because it takes him lower to where Toxic will absolutely kill him. And here I'll go for a Protect just because, I don't know, it's not like I could take damage anyway, so I guess I want to Protect just to be that guy who protects for no reason. So here he brings in his Luke, and I'm just going to go for Ice Fang because I do not carry Earthquake, but this man shows me Dual Chop, which is, I guess, I don't know why you would run Dual Chop. I mean, it breaks subs, as you see here, but still, I don't see a reason for it, especially if you're banded. So here I'm just going to go for some Ice Fangs, hoping to freeze this Lucario, since I can't poison it because it's a Steel type. I would love to freeze this thing, but my Gliscor here decides, you know what? No, I'm not going to freeze. I like this thing chilled and hot, and where am I going with this? I don't know. But his Luke misses a Dual Chop, so my Gliscor is just dodging everything. Dodging 80 accuracy moves, 90 accuracy moves, making subs, doing Gliscor shenanigans. And so here he hits this Dual Chop, and now what I should have done is just go for a sub here, because then I could have a sub out against his Latios, and I can get some Ice Fangs off before it kills me. But I don't, so here I'm out here naked. So pretty much I have to go for the protect here to see what he wants to lock himself into, because I'm assuming that it's choiced. So I go for the protect as he does reveal to me surf, which is that's scary because Mienshao is very frail and surf will kill my Gliscor. So here I'm just gonna stay in, let my Gliscor die, figuring that this thing was specs, but it's not. It's actually life orb. So that because of that life orb damage, I go out to my Mienshao, and I do have the U-turn on this thing, so I'm thinking it should be able to kill. But he lives with 3%, and he finished me off with a side shock. But thanks to him being life orb, he died as well, and that is a draw. So yeah, very good game, Gumtree. It ended in a tie, but I mean, whatever. It was good, and that game was destined to tie as soon as my Gliscor died, because unless I got absolute minimum damage, he was gonna kill himself to life orb recoil anyway. So I mean, yeah, I'll put a calc on there just because I find that interesting. So yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for bearing with me, even though I haven't uploaded since like a week, almost a week ago. So I mean, yeah, thanks for still staying sub to me and all. And yeah, remember, you're a rose in a field of daisies. Deuces.